This call is being recorded.
Welcome to Hot Chocolate with CP, everyone. And okay, I don't know if you need to grab your hot chocolate or you grab some wine on a Monday morning as you listen to this. But there's been a plot twist in my move, and you're gonna be like, what? Okay, hang on, because there's a location change, most definitely. And I was looking at the podcast this morning as I looked at it, and I'm thinking, oh, great, just typical. We go from Wynn's big story, and we go Wynn's big story, and then we go to a wild goose chase of a move. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. 2021 has been an interesting year so far. So let's get to it. I am, well, I hate to tell you guys this, but I will not have Mickey and Minnie Mouse out my back door. Now, I will actually have the Grand Canyon out my back door. And because of this, all of a sudden, spur of the moment change, um, it took me a couple of days to digest it. Now, the reason why I'm moving to Phoenix, Arizona, you're like, what? You're moving to Phoenix, Arizona? Why? Why? Why are you not moving to the place you originally planned? And the only reason why well, not the only reason, but the main reason why I'm moving to Phoenix, Arizona is because there's an incredible housing opportunity. And I say incredible housing opportunity for me waiting for me down in Arizona. And this wasn't a planned, the Florida move was semi-planned, but the Arizona move was so spur of the moment. I can't even tell you what went on behind the scenes. I mean, one day I'm sitting in a hotel room, the next thing I know, my team is driving down to Arizona to look at this housing opportunity for me. And so if you guys, and I'll probably bring one of the founders or co-founders or whoever I'm dealing with down there on this podcast. The one person I talk to will I can see if it's up to doing an interview, but because it's the first of its kind in the country, and because it is not a group home by any means. Basically, how I've been explaining it to people is it's a gated community for the disabled. Gated community for the disabled. And so, yes, I will be owning my own house down in Arizona, and Lynn owns her own house. Now, how do I feel about that? I I feel fine. People have asked me privately and publicly, how do you feel about that? And I say this, and now this is public record and it won't be changing. I say that as long as I have a roof over my head, aides to assist, and food on the table, I'll be perfectly fine in Arizona. Now, the reason why I'm moving to Arizona is because of this amazing housing opportunity, as I said. And Danielle put in the show notes, or you guys can Google Luna Azul. Luna Azul, that's the website that we're working on. And it's a up and coming housing community for the disabled. And the founder's daughter had, I believe, Williams syndrome. And they looked up and down because they, not to say that they don't love their child, they just couldn't do it anymore as they got older. And that's the sad part. When caregivers age, they can't help. And so, so the fact of the matter is, I am moving to hot Phoenix. I'm like, really? But when when it comes down to it, doing I'm doing it for the amazing housing opportunity. I will not be necessarily doing it for the Grand Canyon, but that's a perk. And I will maybe be using between Florida and here, Florida for work purposes, here for vacation purposes, here being Aspen, Colorado, by the way, and between Florida for work purposes and here for vacation purposes, and me being stuck in hell right in Arizona. And so am I excited? Yes. Am I nervous? Yes, because I'm going down there not knowing a dang thing, not knowing a dang thing about Arizona. And I'm going down there for for the purposes of the house. And I wind doesn't do so well in a good home environment. And I've been asked the question already. How do you feel with your next door neighbor, Lily, having having Down syndrome? And I say, well, that's perfectly fine. The disabled aspect is perfectly fine because it's the housing and the care that I wanted and needed and still need. And so, yeah, but all in all, it's going to be good. Now, I need you, and I'll let you guys know more information as soon as I know it, and I'll let you guys know more information as soon as I know it. As of next weekend, Sunday, I'll be finding more and more information out. So I'll let you guys know my go date, but my go date is looking like now. Unfortunately, my BFF's birthday is in March, and I missed it last year because I was gonna work with. And so BFF may not be able to see me because of me moving to Arizona, and I don't know how BFF feels about all this. she liked the idea of moving to Florida due to Disney World purposes, but she I don't know how BFF feels about this. We'll get to BFF in a minute, but wait,
Yeah. eh,
you love it. Okay,
Yeah.
you love it. Okay, yeah, you're not just saying that to make your BFF feel better. You love it. You love it.
Yeah. And I will see you every Monday
Well, that's another thing, you guys.
for
That
your
that's another thing.
neighbor.
That's another thing that that I'm working on. My PT just upgraded itself.
Yeah.
In the in the midst of a move, my PT just upgraded itself, and so I'm going to try and squeeze in 2 days instead of 1 day a week. But but it's and the fact of the matter is, you guys, um, I'll be working, well, I'll be a digital nomad. I'll be working from the road as much as I can. But the fact of the matter is, you guys, I will be the roles for 2021 in podcasting. I don't care how much you guys kick and scream. I don't care how much you guys kick and scream about me using Uber Conference or me using Squadcast. It's going to have to be Uber Conference or Squad. I can't do Zoom because Zoom is getting too squished by itself, and so I can't do Zoom, let alone unstable Wi-Fi. I don't know what I have stable Wi-Fi now. I have icky cell phone service now. I had better cell phone service my week away from this house, honestly, than I do at my house now. I don't know what the Wi-Fi situation is going to be down there. I don't know if Phoenix, Arizona has Google Fiber. I don't know what the situation with Wi-Fi is going to be down there. So, can you please, I ask you kindly, could you please give Danielle and I a moment to breathe? Could you?
Yeah. Please.
Yes, please. See, there you go. Yes, please. She said, yes, please. Because I don't know, even though we love you guys, I don't know what the next Wi-Fi situation is going to be. I don't know whether it's going to be Google Fiber. I don't know whether it's going to be a Comcast situation. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That is going to be one of my last questions on my question sheet for them. And I am building a house from the ground up. And the house is going to consist of, even though I want an office, the house is going to consist of um, one bedroom, my bedroom, and then I's bedroom. I don't know if I'm going to convert a dining room into a formal dining room, which I really don't need, um, into a office space for me, or I don't know if I'm going to camp out in the corner of my bedroom. I don't know. That is going to be a question I have for them, which I'm going to work on my questions right after I end this recording. But all in all, please, please just let us work in peace and don't drive us nuts because there's only so much two humans with Snivelolly could do. And even though I love you guys, you're starting to drive us bananas. You're starting to drive us bananas. And I don't know about Danielle, whether she feels like you're starting to drive us bananas.
Yeah,
I,
do.
yes, okay, yes. And so please, please, for me, just let me do this move in silence and in peace. And I'm trying to move another person out of here too, which me move is easier than the other person's move, and it's like, ugh. Okay, so please go take your bananas to a tree and feed them to monkeys for a month, about a month, you guys. At least until June. I will be posting on Facebook when my office is all set up. And so I thought I was going to be moving in June. No, unbeknownst to me, I am trying to my hardest to move in March, which go take your bananas and go feed them to the monkeys for about a month. I will post on Facebook pictures of my office, and then and then you can come back to Danielle for all your podcasting needs. But Danielle also has to wait for the green light. And Danielle can get the green light before you guys do. Because not only do I have to move me down there, I now have to reestablish all my stuff that goes along with transferring states. And so, yeah, the podcast, and I just decided this today, when I leave, the podcast is going to be least of my priorities because a move is a move is a move. And a move is a move, is a move, is a move. And no, I will not be pulling out of it with you all. I will be pulling out of it with a small box and a bag. And I don't know how we're going to do it because of COVID. I am working on that aspect. And so I don't know. But I just give us the space and grace. And I don't care how much you people kick and scream about using Zoom. It's going to be broadcast or it's going to be Uber conference. And I'm going to try and talk to you guys at Squadcast, which I've already talked to them about extending my membership or I'm going to be paying for a membership. The only way, but I will decide that when I get to Arizona. But because I don't know what the Wi-Fi situation is going to be like, you can't be emailing Danielle saying where's my podcast. A move, they say a move in general is the most stressful thing that a person can do. And I am setting my boundaries, and there is no way on God's green earth I am working on a Sunday. There is no way on God's green earth I am working on. I am taking Sundays off to get myself organized, and for the week ahead, there is on no way on God's green earth I am working on a Sunday. I am going to Arizona and I am going to Florida on vacation, but I'm going to Arizona to semi-retire. I can't be because I'm about to lose my mind. I am about to lose my mind. So there's going to be, I'll record Mondays through Saturdays, but get me on a Sunday. You get angry podcast host. You get angry podcast host. Get me on a Sunday. You get angry. You hear me? I know you guys hear me because you want, and this is cerebral palsy doesn't do well with stress, and so me moving to Arizona is me living my best life, as they say. Me moving to Arizona has a social aspect to it too, because I'm going to be helping the next door neighbors just as you would help a typical next door neighbor if they needed help. If they needed help, you would help a typical next door neighbor. And I may be taking a next door neighbor and their aide to Whole Foods because they need food. And so my love language, and I don't know about Danielle's, my love language is service for others, and that's my love language. That's the love language I like to receive. And so don't get me on a Sunday. Don't you ever send an email to Danielle as of my go date. You can get me now. You can get me now. But don't send an email as of my go date on a Sunday to Danielle. Now, as far as the go date, we don't know what the go date is. We are thinking that it's sometime in March, and we don't know how we're going to do it. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. But as I said, I need to and I need to figure out Arizona residency stuff. And that's a good plan. I'll figure that out later. I'll look it up later. But I need to not only, for the sake of cerebral palsy, not end a podcast, but put my podcast work on hiatus just so I can have the mental space to go to school and go do a move. And yeah. And you guys need to go feed your bananas to the monkeys. And you guys need to quit bothering us about it. And I'm going to be real with you guys. If you ever email Danielle on a Sunday, then one, I am setting my boundaries on a podcast, setting my boundaries. And maybe in the next couple months, why I set these boundaries, I will say why I set these boundaries. There's a very specific reason. But if you guys try and send Danielle an email on a Sunday saying, I want a podcast interview, Danielle will email you back and say, that's not happening. That's not happening. And I am thinking about, and if Danielle wants to do this, she is more than welcome to do this. I am thinking about putting her email on Do Not Disturb on a Sunday. And every single Sunday, we're not doing this monkey dance of when working. We're doing the monkey dance of when having a life, of when getting out, of when being social, of when taking walks in Arizona, of when just living life in Arizona. As now, you may be wondering about the heat aspect. Well, the heat aspect, those of you guys that deal with heat in Florida and Arizona year round have central heating syndrome. So it's not like I'll be standing outside in the heat of Arizona, and it's not like I will be going from air conditioned house to air conditioned handicapped accessible van. Thank you very much. My handicapped accessible van. We're working on that. We have to work on that when we get down there too. And because I have been presented with the idea of a power chair, and which is wonderful. And so I need to work on that. And trust me, I will work on that. Anyone with Toyota can help me with that because Toyota has a disabilities program, even though they handicapped and accessible vans don't come automatically set up. Toyota has a program that they deal with for the disabled. And so, yeah, it's going to be when living life in Arizona, and I want to get to the point where I can take Fridays, I want to get to the point where I can take Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off. So that means I will only be working Mondays through Thursdays, and then because this is insane. This is insane. I didn't realize, and it's gotten to my own fault. Now I'm backing up. And I didn't realize at the beginning of COVID that you guys were going to support me in a big, massive way. I thought I was going to learn full time podcasting. I thought I was going to turn full time podcasting slowly, but no, I hit the ground 0 to 60 after PodFest in Orlando, Florida. And yes, people have been asking me, are you still going to PodFest? And the plan is yes, as of right now, but I will have more information as of next weekend as to see. I have to fit PodFest in to move to Arizona, and I have to reestablish myself in a totally different state, which um, which wasn't planning on happening, but I will see whether I will get to go to Podfest. I hope, I hope, and I hope that I get to go to Podfest in June. I'm hoping that and see June will be heat in Arizona too. So heat in Arizona in June. I'm like dry heat. I would rather take 100% humidity in Florida too, and I would rather jump in the water too. And so I will hopefully make it work, but a move to a totally different state is expensive. Um, so I don't know if that's going to happen this year due to logistical reasons and monetary reasons too. And so hopefully that I'm hoping that will get me to the point where I can go, but as we record this on January 10th, I am thinking that it may not happen, but we'll see. We'll see. I am knowing to get what I want, and maybe someone who's listening to this could help me out and maybe give me a heads up as to either good help in finding good help in Arizona, or maybe letting me stay with them in Florida. I don't know. I myself can do I am actress if worse comes to worse. And I just need to play my cards nicely and play my cards as if I wasn't planning to go to Podfest in Orlando, Florida. I really, really want to because it's the first in person event that I'll be able to go to. And yeah, it's the first in-person event. And I really, really, really want to see everyone. And I really, really want to do it. But we'll just have to see. And it's my birthday in June. So this is going to make me try. And so that on top of a move would be the best birthday. And I'm working on a move. And so my birthday present may just come a little bit early, and then I will just have to see. We'll just have to see if it's in the cards for me to go to Podfest, and if it is in the cards, I'll be super happy. But right now, Arizona's in cards, and that's all I'm focused on, other than school. And I'm not really focused on the podcast, to be honest with you. I do them not because I do them because I love it. I mean, I have a job where it doesn't seem like I'm working, so I can't combine now. But right now, I am focused on Arizona, and I am focused on finishing up school and getting all that organized. And then if podcast movement has to wait until 2022 because of the move to Arizona, and partially because of the pandemic. Then it will be 2022. But I was really, really hoping to make things happen. I was really, really hoping to make things happen. But we'll see. We will see if someone wants to allow me to stay with them. That would be great. And or if someone would allow me to come down there, that would be great. It's only a week, you guys, and I would really like to come down there, but because of this very unexpected move to not my original plan, I have to see if I can do it monetarily. And I am waiting to get more information about Arizona. But you guys know I love seeing you guys. I love podcasting, but the podcast will just have to take a little bit of a hiatus right now, and that just makes me sad and freaks me out just a little bit, because I'm so used to being on this mic that it freaks me out. I mean, here I am moving. Here I am moving to Arizona, and I know it's gonna be a good situation in the long run, but it's going to be a good situation in the long run. But for me to give up work, something that I love, in the meantime, and for me to give up something that was planned, it was planned about a year ago now, and for me not to be able to do what was planned, and for me not to be able to do what was planned, and for me not to be able to go to Podfest and see everyone and hug everyone. I mean, I have pictures on my phone of me fangirling people bigger than me in the podcasting space and people smaller than me fangirling me. And so for me, not to do something that was already planned in person, hasn't gone virtual yet. And trust me, I'm keeping tabs on those guys. Hasn't gone virtual yet. But for me, not able to do that is completely devastating. But I know in the long run, I know it's going to be perfectly fine, and I know I'll land. As I was teasing people on a Facebook Live, they have sworn me in the prickly cactus of Arizona. They did. They didn't land me on the. They didn't land me on the soft on the beach surface. Now did they? They didn't land me on the soft sand like I was planning. Nope. They threw me in a prickly cactus in Arizona. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Those things, if you guys have ever been poked by a cactus, you know those things good. And so it's like, ouch, why did you throw me in a prickly cactus in Arizona instead of the nice, soft sand of Orlando, Florida, where I was going to live anyway? But nope, they took Orlando, Florida away from me. But all in all, it's going to be a good housing situation, and now I just need to reestablish myself in Arizona. And if you guys know of any friends of yours or any people that could help me out, or any, because my network is bigger in Florida than it is in Arizona. But if you guys can help me out by any stretch of the imagination, uh, please. And I have already, now this is another sad thing. I've already, and yes, the podcast mic is been given away. It was given away. My podcast mic was given away to a person that really, really deserves it, honestly. And she'll be coming on my podcast sooner rather than later. And then my podcast mic was given away to a person that really, really deserves it. And she'll get use out of it. And she is starting her own podcast. So long story why I'm helping her out with a long story. But I will now I need a new podcast mic, which birthdays in June, midst of a move. Yeah, could someone like get me off this? I feel sorry for Wind Wade and help me out. What I need you guys to do is not only keep me sane, but what I need you guys to do is help me with people power. The housing I've got covered. The housing I've got covered. The people power I'm 99% sure I've got covered. And then I I may put an ad on Facebook for Arizona just in case I need to. We'll see. But the housing I've got 100% in the bag, as I told you guys. The aids, I am 99% sure that one lead is going to work. Otherwise, I will sit on the phone. But if you guys know of anyone in Arizona that works for a agency such as Visiting Angels, such as, those caregiving agencies. I don't know what to call them now. And so if you guys know anyone that works for an agency model, or knows someone that works for an agency model that can give me a lead that could help me out, and yeah, let's roll. Let's roll down to it. Arizona, I'll give you more information as soon as I have it, which will be as of next Monday. And I will let you guys know what you can do to help. And yeah, God, it's gonna be a one. But Danielle is gonna keep my sanity. And please, if you just let me be for a little while and let me wait and wait on me until I give you guys the go light, until everything is all set up, then I will be a happy camper. But right now, as I record this episode, I'm about to lose my mind. And so, yeah, but that's all for now. And then next week, we're doing New Year's resolutions. And by next week, I should have my asthma diagnosis, which you people will need to help me out with. And that's one of the reasons why I'm moving away from high altitude, too, is because asthma and Arizona mix better than asthma and Aspen, Colorado. And so I can barely breathe up here. But I have managed it for 33 years. And so we will see what the lung functionality test has to say. And I'm 99% sure I have asthma, which that's always a fun one. But I will be handling asthma with grace and style. And so, again, if you guys have any leads as to Arizona and as to helping me out, DMV wise, vehicle registration wise, because now a vehicle will be involved, and wheel and equipment, wheelchair wise, help. Send. I need all hands on deck now, and I will give you guys more information as soon as I get it about my go date, and then we'll rock and roll and hit the Arizona state line. And goodness, you guys, it's been a little one. And so we're gonna let you guys go, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and it's going to be a little one. Just let me be me and let me work it all out, and I will land safely in cacti. I promise I won't put myself with cacti. Although I would have preferred to land safely on a beach and not get tripped over in a construction site. And so, yeah, it's gonna be win in a hard hat and win on the premises of a construction site. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. But I will let you guys know as soon as I know my go days, and then you guys can help. Those of you that are down in Arizona can help, and those of you that want to see the Grand Canyon are more than welcome to come and visit me and see me. And those of you who are down in Florida, I'm still coming to see you. Don't worry about it. I need escape from dry heat to 100% humidity. And so that is my update. And I'm going to say over and out. And Danielle, do you want to lead us out?
Yeah. The go go
Thank you for following us, you guys. Bye, you guys.
bye.